My legacy is that I stayed on course from the beginning to the end because I believed in something inside of me. That quote is from the now sadly late and always and forever great Tina Turner. I'm c.René Washington, author, life coach, and the host of this show, the Midlife Remix for Black women over 50. And today we are delving into, are you interested or committed? Are you just interested or are you committed? And now we start out with a celebration, celebrating something about yourself. So if you're listening to this, I just want you to pause for a minute and just think about something that you can say, yes, I did the doggone thing. Something that you can celebrate about yourself that makes you feel good about yourself, makes you feel proud about yourself. Something that you can say, yes, I did it. For me, I am celebrating that a couple of things, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. One, I'm celebrating that I am re-recording again, that I'm recording again. And I'm also celebrating that I have finally clicked into a good path of self-care as it relates to my health. And that's why I'm asking this question, are you interested or are you committed? Because for those of you who've been listening or who've been following me, I have been on is it 2 years, 3 years? I get confused with time because of, before COVID, after COVID. But I've been on this trek to figure out and to get to the bottom of why I was dealing with so much pain, chronic pain. And have gone through several diagnoses, fibromyalgia. I was checked for spinal stenosis. I was checked for rheumatoid arthritis. And finally, I think it's a combination. What I finally have landed on is I think it's a combination of I had some hormonal issues. I began hormonal therapy about a month ago and feel so much better because there's a whole lot of information now about menopause and the myriad of symptoms that are now connected to menopause. And one of them is joint pain. And so I did get the hormone pellets. I started HRT, something that I thought I would never be able to do because I have a history of having had a mini stroke in the past, but science has advanced and some science has been debunked about the harm in hormone therapy. And so I was able to start that therapy and immediately could tell a difference in my body, which left me feeling better, probably 80% better, because the pain literally was all through my body. And now I was able to get rid of a lot of that pain and zero in on what the real issues are, which my knees, and then I have a shoulder issue. And so I went to see my orthopedic doctor, and he recommended some therapies for my knees and the shoulder. And this is where I come into this question, are you interested or are you committed? And how you will know the difference. So he told me that I have a lot of arthritis in my knees. I also have a torn meniscus in both knees. And he told me that's not the real issue. The bigger issue is the arthritis in your knees. And so what I like about this doctor is that he's not surgery happy. I think I've shared this about him before. It's not surgery happy. So he will give you non-surgical options and leave surgery as the last resort. And he recommended aquatic therapy, which I was open to. And interesting enough, when I get to how you will know the difference, I'll explain why that was so interesting that he should recommend aquatic therapy. So he recommended aquatic therapy, signed me up for this therapy. Now, what you need to know about me is that I am a huge germaphobe. And I don't get in public water. I don't get in. I learned how to swim as a child, and if it's true that you never forget it, I guess I could swim well enough to save myself. I guess I don't know because I don't test it. I don't get in public water, but I was open because I'm at the point now that if it's doable for me on any level to make me feel good, feel better, then I'm doing it. I'm all about feeling good, being able to continue to move, be flexible and mobile into my older and older age. That's where I am now. So I agreed to the aquatic therapy and started working with a physical therapist in the water. And today I knew that I was committed to this because when I woke up this morning, it was overcast and raining. And I just turned over. Like, surely we won't be doing aquatic therapy in the rain. But I looked at my phone. I hadn't got a message from my therapist, and my class is at 8 o'clock in the morning. So she's really good about, letting me know if anything's going to be different. So I got on up, got ready, going there in the rain, asking myself, because the other thing about me is I hate to be cold. Hate to be cold. And it was overcast and there was a breeze. So it was chilly to me. And when I got there, I asked her, I said, "Are we really doing this?" And she said, "Oh yeah. Oh yeah." I said, "In the rain?" She said, "Oh yeah." She said, "The water's warm." And I'm thinking, right. Warm for her ain't gonna be warm for me. She said, "No, no, it's really warm. It's warm." She said, "That's the odd." She said, because the pool is outside. Let me clarify that. This is an outdoor pool at the Y. The therapy facility is across the street from this Y. So they rent out the Y's pool to do their water therapy. So we're outside, breeze blowing, raindrops falling on my head, because that's the thing about me is that I don't like to get water on my face unless I'm washing my face. But just I don't like raindrops falling on me. That's not my thing. Walking in the rain, no. So I go ahead and step into the water, and sure enough, the water is warm. The water is warm. And we do the exercises, get through the exercises, in the class. And when I left, I felt so good about myself. So good about myself. And I was like, okay, girl, yes, you are committed. You are committed to this aquatic therapy because you came out here in the rain against what you thought was your better judgment. You came on out here and did the doggone thing. And so I want to give you three things that you can pay attention to. Three ways you can know that the difference between being interested or committed. Because interested is, yeah, it would be nice for me to do that. It would be nice for me to go to water therapy. That would be a nice thing to do. Committed is that you're going to do it, that you're going to show up for that appointment every time. And in thinking about this, I came up with these three reasons, three ways you can tell that you are committed and not simply interested. One is, what's your big why? To ask yourself, what is my big why for doing this? And as I shared, my big why is because I'm at the point now where I can't keep putting off getting serious about my health. I was traveling the past week, and every time I go to the airport, I see, you know, a lot of Black women in wheelchairs, in the wheelchair line to get on the plane. And this is, part of the motivation for me even doing this show is because I am just so concerned about not only my own health, but the state of health for Black women. That, all of the the illnesses that impact us at a higher level. And a lot of these illnesses are things that we can impact positively by changing some of our behavior. There are some systemic reasons why, we are impacted at a higher rate, for sure, for sure. And that's where our voice and our vote comes into play. And then there are some ways that just pertain to us and our own behavior, moving more, eating better, connecting to people, because they have shown that the strength and health of your relationships is highly impactful upon your level of health. So, that's why I'm doing, a lot of reasons. My big why for doing this show is because I want Black women to free themselves in all ways possible from what's holding them back from living their best life. I know that's a cliche, but to live fully and completely as self-actualized as possible. I think that we have the agency to do that. And I think more and more of us are, yes, this is the time. And so I want to be a part of that movement. So, what's your big why? So, my big why was personal. I wanted to stop being in so much daily pain. And my big why was, and I also wanted to, be an influence and impactor on other Black women doing the same for themselves and whatever that looks like for you. And then, two, it won't let you be. Whatever that thing is that keeps calling you, keeps nudging you, it won't let you be. And you will even have signs, that will pop up. So the weekend before I went to see my orthopedic doctor about my shoulder and knees, water aerobics came to my mind. And that I had taken a water aerobics class, several years ago. Briefly, I took a water aerobics class and enjoyed it, but I just quit. And that I looked up the classes that were being offered on the Y, and I said, oh, they're still doing water aerobics. And so then a few days later, I go to see my orthopedic doctor, and what does he suggest? Aquatic therapy. Ding, 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 ding. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in God incidences. I believe in God incidents. So that was validating for me. Yes, you're moving in the right direction. And the woman that is my therapist, I'm 63, she's 68. This little bitty 68-year-old woman. And she tells me that she's been, doing this for years. Many years ago, she was, she was really overweight, and she got that in control and started, she started running. This woman is 68 and she bikes 26 miles. Now, this is not my goal, but what is my goal is to do the things that I can do and that I enjoy doing that will keep me as flexible and mobile as possible. So having her as my therapist, another sign for me that yes, yes, you can do this. You can do this. And here's this woman showing you how to do it that's even older than you. And then the third, the third way that you can know that you are committed. And really, this is more of a how you can support the commitment so that you can stay committed, is to be realistic. Now, I had another commitment that for 30 days in May, I was going to record an episode every day. And I was doing fine with that, bopping along. And then life got in the way. I'll say I allowed life to get in the way. We had a big 3-day celebration of my niece graduating. And then from there, I started traveling. And so it wasn't conducive for me to record. So I didn't set up a realistic goal for me. But the big why behind my even attempting to record 30 days straight was because I had put this show on the shelf a few years ago, and I wanted to reignite it, revive it. And so doing it 30 days in a row was going to be my way of getting the habit back of and getting over the trepidation, the fear, the insecurity in putting myself on camera. So I just wanted to get over that. And so I said, oh, I'll do this for 30 days. But that wasn't really very realistic based on my calendar for the month of May. That's okay. You know, we will stay stuck in beating ourselves up about, oh, I said I was going to do this. I didn't do it. So I just should not, I just should quit. No. Now I think I did another show about, yes, sometimes, there are some things that we need to quit, but this is not that. This is not that. And so this was simply about me getting back up on the mic. Getting back up on the mic. It's all good. It's all right. So, what's your big why? Pay attention to the nudges and the signs of validation that you're on the right path. And then be realistic. Be realistic about your commitment. So, as it relates to the aquatic therapy, being realistic for me looked like, okay, you have committed to going at 8 o'clock in the morning on Mondays and Wednesdays. So you can't stay up late, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning and think you're going to get up and be good to go for an 8 o'clock class. So I finally have shifted my night owl habits and I'm going to bed, not just on the night before the class, but every night, because that is another thing that I wanted to incorporate is good sleep habits. We regenerate brain cells in our sleep. I'm also a neuro coach. I got a neuro coach certification from a neuroscientist and all about the brain because there's so much new information about the brain and how we're not on this slow descent into dementia, that we've been led to believe that our brains just continuously get worse. That is not necessarily true if we treat our bodies and our brains well. And the biggest thing for your brain is getting enough good rest. That was the other thing with the hormone therapy, that it has helped me not only get sleep, but good sleep. I'm not waking up anymore feeling like I've been in a boxing match, feeling all bleary eyed and crusty eyed. All of that is gone now. Praise God. So, yes, being realistic, assessing your big why, following those nudges will let you know if you're just interested or committed. So, what do you want to be committed to? What do you want to be committed to? And I'm a life coach. That's what I do. I help women get clear on that, on who they are, what they truly want, and how they can honor the commitment and the boundaries that you need to create around creating that life that you've been craving. So I hope you found this helpful. And a big shout out to Queen Tina. I'm so grateful and blessed to have seen her perform live more than once. And the final time that I saw her, she was still kick ass, bad ass, fabulous. She stayed on the stage the entire time. Her backup singers would leave and come back. Queen Tina stayed on that stage the entire time. Oh my gosh, I just miss that she's in the world. And at the same time, I'm so grateful that the last half of her life, you talk about somebody committed to, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better life. It was Tina Turner. So ask yourself, what do you want to be committed to and not simply interested in? All right. So I will end now, and a couple of things to recommend for you. Let's see, what I've been enjoying is, I know a lot of you have been watching Queen Charlotte. Oh my gosh, I just thought it was just fabulous in all kinds of ways. And I want a whole series about the Black Ton, all the Black people. That's all. I just want to know all about all the Black people. More, Shonda. And finishing up Mrs. Maisel, the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. So I love that show too. The clothes, the conversation, love it. And I will be attending I may have mentioned that I'm in 3 different book clubs, but the biggest one is Go On Girl, which is a national book club. So if you are seeking connection to other amazing Black women, or you want to feed your love of reading and your love of books, I do recommend the Go On Girl Book Club. There are chapters all over the country, so you can check your local city to see if there's a chapter in your city. Go check it out. You don't have to commit. You can just go visit. But we are having our annual author awards conference in Atlanta, Georgia, within the next couple of weeks. And so I'm excited about that. So that's what's going on in my world. So I will leave you to say, if you found anything valuable in this little short time that I've been with you, then share this episode with your besties, with your friends, and subscribe. Hit that notify button so that you know when I will be back, because now I am on a weekly schedule. All right. Bye.